3, 4, 5, and we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Katie, and welcome to Greenland Quilter. And this is Friday, January the 24th. And Nikolaj's here with me, and we are going to have a little fun. So first off, honey, do you want to come and tell them what you're going to work on, and also show them that little article you discovered?
Well, I'm still working on the Lego that I built from last time, the Home Alone. Starting from the bag number 1 till bag number 13. So I'm about to start from bag 14, then bag 24.
Did you want to tell them about who designed the Home Alone kit?
Yeah.
You might want to come show it to them in front of the camera if you want. It might be easier for them to see.
Well, when I'm looking at the booklet here, it gives you some information. It's like when you open it, you see the design from the house, and it tells you a little story about it and how it goes and so on, until you go to this guy. This guy is named Alex Storachuk. He's from Ukraine. Apparently he's the one that had built it, created it. And according to this, what I can read is Lego idea fan designer Alex Storachuk lives in Ukraine with his wife Nadia and their daughter Anna. He's studying for a PhD in medicine while working remotely for a freight brokerage company. The family loves going on the road trips and building Lego sets together. Like many other kids of the 90s, Alex grew up watching Home Alone during the holidays. So it gives us a little information about that Home Alone was a very special place in my heart. I can't even imagine the holidays without it. It's delightful, nostalgic, and brings back warm childhood memories every time I watch it. Last Christmas, Nadia and I were watching it, and I thought, why is there no Lego Home Alone set? I was thrilled by the amount of Easter eggs, details, and traps from the movie I could include in a model. I found the McAllister house blueprint online, used that and the movie as a reference, and built a model in Lego Digital Designer and later in Studio 2.0. It took a few weeks to complete rendering, and I wanted to get as close to the original plan as possible and to the scale. The second floor was the biggest challenge, but I really liked the kitchen and, of course, Kevin's treehouse and zip line. And I think it turned out to be pretty recognizable.
That's good enough.
Yeah, so like I said, a person named Alex had built it up, so now I got it too.
So there you have it. Someone from the Ukraine. Isn't that cool? Okay, hello, Kelly. Hello, Rita. Hey, Joy T. Welcome. Hello, Lori Colgan. Hey, Sean. Nice to see you here. Hey, Pat D. Hello, June Hanson. Hello, Deb. Bill, I hope I said your name right. I didn't know if that's the TH sound you're supposed to say. If it's not, let me know in the chat how it's supposed to be pronounced. Hello, Michelle the Quilter. Who else? Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Lori Colgan. Okay, so what I decided to do, because I'm kind of dragging out January a little bit, because as you know, I took 2 weeks off and I've been working on a plan, and I'm going to share the plan with you guys tonight by sharing the screen, but I'm also going to share the link so that if you want to go and read it on the blog yourself later, you have the ability to go and, oops, that's wrong. Sorry. You have the ability to go read the blog later should you think you missed something. So it's 2025 is, yeah. Anyway, it's for the 2025 goals plan. I'm going to forewarn you that the outline is a bit long. Now, having said that, some of you are going to be like, well, we know you procrastinate a lot. Maybe, maybe I'm being over optimistic. If I can complete 70%, I would be happy with that. And Nora's having one of her breathing problems, looks like. I'm wondering if the pig ears aren't the problem, babe. Anyway, she's okay. This is just something Dachshunds do. She's not in any pain. I think she's distressed, but that's me. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So I'm going to share that with you, but I'm also, I did the poll where we talked about which one of the quilt patterns would y'all like to do. I had offered the one where I designed it, or it's in the design phase. And I've been giving this a lot of thought about this, because when I looked at the poll and I looked at the comments that most of you made, a lot of you said that you would rather do my pattern. So since this is in the design phase, here's what I'm going to say to you. I'm going to get everyone started on how to make this block. During the process, each time we work on this project, what is this showing up on my screen? Uh-oh. She'll be okay, Joy. It makes me nervous. Something just happened. Did Sean just join the? Uh-oh, something's going on here. Now I have multiple screens. Hold on a minute. I need to remove these. Sorry. Nothing worse is for some technology to happen. Okay. Anyway, what I was trying to say was, I have given this a lot of thought. We're going to do this pattern first. And then when we finish this, when those of you who are willing to do it with me, here's what I want to do. First off, we're going to start out with just doing the chart, setting up the 4-patch blocks and the hourglass blocks. That's what we're going to start out doing first. And I'm going to show you how I did it. You do not have to do it the way I did it, but I'm going to explain why I did it the way I did it, because I was just messing around and discovered something interesting. Your Nightbot link is your Zoom meeting. That's weird. What? How did that happen, Sean? Oh, and now it deleted Sean's comment. No. This is not cool. Oh, you removed the link. Okay, gotcha. All right. I thought the bot did it. Okay. So what I thought I would do is, many of you voted and said that you had charm packs in your stash. So what I want you to do tonight, for those who want to start something, I'm not saying we're starting the pattern tonight, but what I want to do is for you to get out one charm pack so that I can show you what I did to get this started. And then I will sew a block of the 4-patch and show you what you get out of that the way I did it. And then I'm going to sew an hourglass, and I'll show you how I did it. I'll show you the way I did it. Now, I am not expecting all of y'all to do it my way, because when we do the hourglass, we are going to have to trim down half square triangles so that they will match these 4-patch blocks. Okay. But I also got to thinking, last time you and I, a lot of us were together and we were working on a block, we were designing a block together. And this is just a rough draft, so to speak. So what we could do is, once everybody has made all their 4-patches and their hourglasses, then what we could do is come together, and those who want to help design it, remember me talking about sometimes it takes a village to make something happen? I want y'all to jump in, and let's see what we can come up with for a design for a quilt top that we're going to design on. We're going to wing it. So that's why I asked up top, how many of you, the poll is which learner are you? Are you a visual hands-on learner? Or do you follow directions via reading only? Or are you a bit of both? So while we're doing this, I'm working on a blog that will take you through the steps of how this 16 3/4 inch block came to be. But I'm also going to show you here on this live how to create this block as well, starting with a pack of charm packs. Now, I feel like this quilt top's probably going to take 2 or 3 charm packs, but we won't know until we start building. It depends on the size of quilt most of us decide on building. Do you want it to be a wall hanging? Do you want it to be a small lap quilt or a twin size quilt? The sky is the limit with this. This is whatever you want to do with yours. All you have to do is just sew with me. That's what I want. Okay, so what I need for those of you, we're going to talk about this first, the design and how to do it. I will finish up the blog tonight, get it onto the community tab and in the Greenland Quilter, and it's just going to be a rough draft. It's not going to be perfect, because here's the deal. If you join me, you get to help design this quilt, number one. Number two, you get to test what I write to see if it makes any sense to anyone. That's number two. So that's a teaching moment for me and a learning moment for you. Number three, by the time we finish this quilt top, all of us are going to have something pretty to look at, and everybody will have put input into the design. And then after we get something at the size we want it at, then we'll stop at that size, whatever you're wanting to do, and then we'll sandwich it, we'll quilt it, we'll bind it, and then everybody can share their work over on the Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook group, I will share my email address with all of you, and I will make sure that your work gets shown on a live at the end of February. Now, I do not, well, wait, let me retract that a little bit. You can share your process, because I don't expect us to get this finished in a month. That's not my goal here. My goal is for us to learn together, design together, create together. Let's have some unity together. And when we get to the point where we can finish, then voila. And if it takes a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, that's a-okay. So a charm pack, so let me talk about what a charm pack is for all of you who don't know what well, most of y'all know. A charm pack is a pack of 5-inch squares. Generally, when you buy a charm pack, they are a colorway, and this particular one, which is old, this one's called Moda Mama's Cottage by April Rosenthal of Prairie Grass Patterns for Moda. This one has 42 cuts in here. Generally, when you have 42 cuts, you usually get 2 of each colorway. So what I want you to do is you're going to take this out of your pack, and so I can show you my point here. Most of these charm packs will have 2 of each thing. Mostly. Sometimes they don't. Like, look, this one is making, this one's not starting out that way. See? So what you can do, if yours is like this one and not like the other one I've already started on, you just have to divide it. You're going to divide it where you have, there's 42, so you divide that by 2. That's 21 in one stack, 21 in another stack. And you can change it however, or divide it up, like here's 2. See that? There's 2. So put the same thing in this pile. Put the other one in this pile. And you just keep rotating back and forth as you're doing this until you have 21 in this pile, 21 in that pile. Okay? And then what we're going to do when we get them all split up this way is the first set, the first 21, we are going to sew first. Or I'm going to sew 1 to show you what I'm going to do. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, that's what you need to do. Divide this 42 into 2 stacks of 21. You can plan it however you want to. You can do it randomly however you want to. The goal is to be as scrappy and have as much fun as possible. Okay? Then what you're going to do, after you split it up, you're going to set one pile aside, and you're going to pick up your other pile, and you're going to look at what you got. And I'm just going to show you because these two will be okay together. Well, let me see here. Why don't we try? We have stripes on a diagonal. So all you're going to need to do is you're going to take two 5-inch squares. You're going to put them face to face. Okay. Now make sure you got them all lined up so they're, where they should be. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take those two, this is one unit of two. Okay. Then you're going to come over to your sewing machine, set your sewing machine to a 1/4-inch seam allowance. And then I'm showing you how I come up with this. Now what you're going to do is we're going to sew a 1/4-inch seam allowance on this side, and on the opposite side, which will be parallel, another 1/4-inch seam allowance. And I'm going to show you that now. Okay. Okay, now I've sewed one side. Now I'm going to turn the block around, and I do use leaders. So see, I have a 1/4-inch seam allowance here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, you have this 1/4-inch here. I'm going to come over here with a sewing machine, and I'm going to sew that same 1/4-inch on the other side. Okay. All right, now we have two 1/4-inch seams parallel to each other. I hope you can see that. There's one here and one here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler, and from the outer edge, we're going to measure 2.5 inches to the center. And you are going to slice this all the way down the middle. Try to keep your squares from moving if you can. If you feel like you can't, draw a line this way, and then take your ruler and measure from this way to the center and get you another line going across here. So basically all we're doing is we're going to cut this twice. Okay? So let me get my cutting board. And a ruler. I have to move things around a little bit, you guys. Not enough space. Where's my small ruler? Okay, I have here this ruler is 6.5 by 6.5. So this is bigger than this. But you can use any size ruler that you're comfortable with. So what I'm going to do is bring my cutting board up here. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler that shows me 2.5 inches, and I'm going to put it right at the edge. You're going to make sure that up here on the top and on the bottom lines up on one of these lines so you know that you've got your ruler straight, and you're going to slice it right down the middle. Then you can either gently lift it up. You're going to turn it if you happen to have one of these. Then lay your ruler back down at 2.5 and line one of these horizontal lines also with either the top or the bottom here. And then you're going to slice it down the middle. Okay, now, after you do that, you're going to end up, and it looks like I need to change my rotary blade. Okay, you're going to end up with 4 of these. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to press each one open so that you can see what you got. And you'll end up with 4 of these. So when you sew this way, you're going to get 2 4-patch blocks out of one cut, or out of sewing 2 5-inch squares. Does everybody understand that so far? Anyone stuck? Or do I need to go back and repeat? Let me know, because this is the first time me doing it on a live this way. And let me go back and say hello while I'm waiting for answers. Okay, hello Giovanna, welcome, welcome. Hey Jess. Hello Teresa Louise, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hello Mona. Let's see here. Hello everyone. If I've missed anyone, hello. So, all right, so everybody's on the same page with me so far. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my, well, I was looking for my seam. Up here it is. I'm going to get my seam roller and I'm just going to finger press this. Now some of you are confident enough to just press these to the darker side, okay, because you're going to nest them. I'm not confident enough with nesting. I always foobar them, so I'm going to press my seams open. You do you, whatever you're most comfortable with. And what I'm going to do is we are going to make 2 4-patch blocks. Now, if you don't want to repeat this second set to make the same block again, you can set this aside. And then when you do the rest of when you get all the rest of these sewn, sewn on both sides, cut in the middle both ways, the ones that you have the extra set of, you can intermix with others if you want to do it like that. And that will even make your quilt even more scrappy. So that's completely up to you. And what I'll probably do right now is I'll go ahead and sew another set of blocks or squares. And then I'll show you what I mean about intermixing them. Because you can do whatever you want to do. You can have all the extras in a pile. And then when you've done sewn when you've gotten one set of 4 patches already sewn, all of them, then you can come back and get all of these and intermix them all together if you want to do it like that. Hello, Deves. Hello, June Hansen. Hey, Mona. Hello, Linda. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this first 4-patch, but I need to get this thing out of the way. It's so big. All right. So right now I'm just going to finger press both of these open and then use my seam roller. This is a seam roller. Okay, and I thought I saw the bud files in here too. If you have a channel, type the word !Selfie to share your channel. Make sure, try not to do them back to back of each other's channels because the bot might go to sleep. Yeah, I've seen it do it on other channels. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn one of these so it looks like this. Okay, then we're going to turn it face to face. And I'm going to pin. I use pins. I always like to do from the one corner. Then I flip it and do the other corner. And then I align the middle. And I'll stick a pin in between the 2 middle seams to get that center seam lined up. Like so. And then I need to trim this little tail off. And then we're going to put a pin through the middle. And I'll show you in just a second what I did. So I have a pin that's going right through the center of the seam here on this side. And I always make sure that it's in alignment with the center seam here. And all that does is get these two seams running parallel to each other. And then what I'm going to do is I'll put a pin on this side and then a pin on this side so that it doesn't move. Because you want to try to get those seams lined up as good as you can. They don't have to be perfect. I'm not striving for perfection here, just consistency. Part of making quilt tops is to have fun and just be consistent with what you're making. And Teresa Louise says she's got it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew that center seam, and then I will take it to the iron and heat it up and press it properly. There is no starch on these. You cannot, for anyone who might ask, don't starch your charm packs. Now, if you're making 5-inch squares from yardage, you can starch all you want to. I don't starch because, number one, I can't get my hands on starch. Not really. I mean, not without a big ordeal over it. Number two, I can't do it because of my lungs. Even what little bit I use, like through the acorn pin situation where I just pour it in a little pin, sometimes even that little bit, when you stick the iron on it, triggers my asthma. It's the strangest thing. And don't be running over your pins with your sewing machine. But you know what? I want to tell you guys something. When I was a teenager making my own clothes, and I used pins all the time because I pinned, you know, you cut out a pattern, and then when you sewed the different pieces together, you pinned them together. And I left pins in there, and I'd run them straight through the machine. My mother never told me not to do that. And I never once broke a needle doing that either. Giovanna says, "Baka, Katie." But I think part of my problem with my asthma right now is I need to change my ironing board cover again. It's like when it goes certain, because it's a homemade one, it goes through a certain amount of time where I've used a little bit of moisture to flatten a seam, or I used one of those acorn pins to put here on the center. And sometimes that little bit of solution that comes in the small bottle gets onto the ironing board cover and it turns it funky colors. It really does. Okay, so I have pressed this. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go press it. I'll be right back. Oh, there's stuff all over everywhere over here. In the way. Not enough space. So see, I've already started working on it so you guys can see what I've been doing. But I haven't made any of the, these have been sewn for the hourglass, but I haven't cut them yet because I want you to see how I do this. Because like I said, we're not going to do this fast. And today I'm having trouble with my asthma because I triggered it in the shower of all things. Sit in the bed.
Yeah, well, we stayed in there for too long too.
Yeah, we were in there too long.
You had to shower. It was faster than a little one too.
We gave Nora a bath, and I guess I was in there too long with it steaming in there, and it triggered my asthma. And then it was me going into panic mode because the inhaler wasn't helping to start with. So all day today, I've had a tight chest since the shower, which means probably too much moisture got in my lungs. Or it's just my lungs being weird one. I'm just waiting on the iron, you guys. How are we doing over there, honey?
No, it's so perfect. You'll finish with the bag number 15 now.
How many bags do you got to finish that second floor?
Not sure.
Okay, so you're going to make 21 of these out of one charm pack. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I lied. You get 2 per grouping. So if you divide 2 by 21, Oh, I don't have a calculator with me, but I do have a pen. So let me do this math by hand. So we started out with 21. This one little lonely one's going to get put aside to start with. So that leaves 20. So you're sewing together 10 sets of 2. Those 10 sets of 2 will make you 24 patch blocks. So you're going to end up with 20 of these 4 patches, okay? Just from one charm pack, okay? Or half of a charm pack, I'm sorry, because we're going to use the other half of the charm pack for the hourglass, okay? Now, with the hourglass, we are only going to get 11. Yeah, we're going to get 11. That's all we're going to get because it's not going to make double. That's why you need more than one charm pack to do this quilt top. I'm thinking that you could probably get away with mixing 2 or 3 or 4 charm packs together. You can use 1 layer cake, which would make 4 sets of 42 charm packs. Or you can use fat quarters, and you have to do the math for that because I don't have, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and figure out the math. All right, now I've showed you how to make the 4 patch. Now let me show you how to make the hourglass. And I already had a couple of, no, I don't. So what I'm going to do, so that I can give you some contrast, let's take out this red and a white. I thought I had, what happened to the rest of it? Interesting. Let me find a white. Oh, there's a white in here. That way you can see what I'm going to do. All right. Okay. And I'll get this reorganized later. All right. So now what you're going to do for the next set, the second stack, is you're going to do the same thing as you did on the first stack. You're going to put your 5-inch squares face to face. Okay. And make sure you have them all nice and lined up and not wonky or nothing, because this one is going to make half square triangles. And you want to make sure you have everything laid properly so that you don't end up with a wonky half squares. Now, here's the downside to this setup. The downside is we're going to have to trim down the half square triangles to 2.5 inches. So you're going to lose a total of a 1/2 inch all the way around from this. Now you can either trim this down, but I have not done the math to figure out how to trim it down first. So what I've been doing is I've been doing what makes sense to my brain. I make the half square triangles, trim down, and then make the hourglass. So to keep this as simple as I can, let's go ahead and do the sewing first. So the first thing we're going to do is put that first 1/4 inch seam allowance on one side. And I didn't learn this from anyone. I was just messing around to see what would happen if I did what I'm about to show you I'm doing. And then when I cut on the diagonal both directions, I discovered I made 4 half square triangles, and I didn't know you could do that. That's because I'm still a newbie and don't know these things. So let me go ahead and sew that first 1/4 inch line. Then we're going to turn it around and sew it on the parallel of the opposite side. Just like we did with the 4 patch. Okay, now we have 2 1/4 inch seam allowances here that are parallel, just like we did with the 4 patch. There's one on this side, one on this side. Now I'm going to turn this block. I'm going to put a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here. And you're like, oh, so we're going to do it all the way around. Yes. Got one side done. Now I'm going to turn it and do the other side. And we'll end up with a 1/4 inch seam allowance on all 4 sides of these 2 5-inch squares. Now, when I show you this next step, you can either draw the diagonals with a pencil, which I probably will do because sometimes I have vision trouble. And it's easier to see a pencil, and the pencil is not going to hurt nothing because it's going to get cut right on the where the pencil was at. Okay, I'm going to get my cutting board back out again. Oh, there's extra blocks I was looking for. I knew they were here. Okay, so now we have seam all the way around. Okay, what we're going to do is we need to sew or mark a line, and I'm going to do it on the white side so you can see what I did. And I have a lead pencil, and I'm going to line my ruler up so that it is in alignment with the corners of where the seam crossed each other. And if you did it properly, it's still going to be corner to corner on the diagonal. And just gently make a light colored line. Okay. Then you're going to turn it around and do the same thing going in the other direction of the diagonal. And I misplaced a little ruler. That's why I'm using this big one. Okay. All right. I've got them lined up. And I'm just going to gently mark a line here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this on the diagonal. Then I'm going to gently pick up my ruler, turn this the other direction, put my ruler back on that diagonal, and I'm going to cut right on the line. Okay. Okay, someone reminding you? Okay. Okay, so now what we have here is we have 4 half square triangles, and I'll show you what they look like. They're just a regular half square triangle. And you get 4 of these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim them down. I have a half square triangle ruler. Where did I put it? Everything's so disorganized. Yeah, where did I put those rulers? Get that ruler, babe. I lose rulers like they're going out of style around here. And I don't know why. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, I'll just use another ruler. There's other ways to do this. Okay, first off, since I don't have I don't know where I put that ruler. That bugs me. I'll go ahead and press these open, and I can just trim that way, which means I'll go ahead and I'll take them to the iron. I don't know what I did with that ruler.
It's there somewhere on the table.
Yeah, I know it is. I just don't know where.
Could it be underneath the sewing machine?
No. I must have moved it somewhere to get it out of the way. Because I did move some stuff off the desk. Just give me a second while I iron these, you guys, or press them. While I'm doing this, what is everybody working on? Or are you just chilling and watching? Can you see anything being said?
No.
Oh, that's right, because you're on a laptop. Because you don't have a laptop. I just had that smaller ruler in my hand and I've misplaced it too. I hate when that happens. Because it means I laid it down without thinking about it. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to let it go. Okay. All right. Now what I need to do with these 4 half square triangles is I need to cut them down to 2.5. And what I usually do when I use a regular ruler is I make sure that this angle is going in this particular direction. It seems easier for me to understand it that way. Okay. Now on a ruler, you have a vertical line here. And you match that vertical line on that half square triangle so that you can trim down the way you need to. And we're going to trim it down to 2.5. Right now, this half square is around a 3 1/8 inch, which is an odd size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and trim down one side to 2 3/4. That's how I'm going to get this lined up to start with. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around with the angle going in the same direction again, and we're going to trim this side so that the seam matches 2.5. And you end up with a 2.5 inch block. And we need 4 of these to make the hourglass. So I'll go ahead and start trimming. All right, I just got to make sure I get these lined right. I don't like this ruler very much. It's not like that. It's a Creative Grids ruler, but this is one of those Perfect 5 rulers. And the measurements are a lot, the way they have the measurements on it are different. Okay, let's get this lined up perfectly. Trim this one down. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to do all 4 of them now. I have 2 more to go. Let's see here. The what? Yeah, I know. I need to catch up with the chat in just a minute. I'm just trying to get this done because I don't want to make a mistake is what it is. Yep, I did. And I'm going to have to backtrack. So 1 more to go and then I'll have a look at the chat, you guys. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm a little bit nervous tonight for some reason. Maybe because I'm starting something new and want it to make sense. And on the schedule, there's a schedule of when we will be starting to sew all these 4 patches together, okay? The hourglass will come after we've got all of the 4 patches made. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do is, these are all 2.5 inch. I'm going to press all of the seams open. Maybe my laptop would be helping there where you can see the chat, huh? Huh? Just put it on the YouTube channel itself and you mute it where we don't have no feedback, and then you can see the chat.
I'll be able to take a feedback, but I'm building too.
I know you are. I just have to figure out how we can do it so it doesn't interfere with building. One more to press, you guys. And then I will stop and have a look at the chat. Okay. All right. Now let me backtrack here on the chat. Where's my mouse? Rita's telling me to breathe. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. It's like I'm nervous and I don't know why. Okay. I'm going to back up a little bit and then read everything you say because it looks like I missed a bunch of stuff. Wow, there has been a lot of okay. I see where I left off. Kelly says she doesn't mind using spray starch. Currently did it for Kona solids. Vodka is only for martinis. Yeah. Lisa says, gotta go. It's almost quilting time or quitting time. And I'm so ready. Sorry I didn't get to say goodbye to her. Giovanna says, it is a good starch, but only the potato vodka. And then Rita says, if I find I need starch, I use baking soda, water, and lavender. Oh, that's a combination I've never heard of. And essential oil in a spray bottle. Yeah, I was wondering about the essential oil, and you know, I know that some essential oils does not stir up my asthma. In fact, it helps it. Let me see here. Teresa says, found out yesterday I have SVT. That's why my heart keeps racing. Now meds make me tired and starting to feel better. I hope you get to feeling better, Teresa. I've been worried about you. Hey, John Clark. Rita says, good grief. Cornstarch, not baking soda? Haha, sorry. Oh, okay. Michelle says, perfect points, Katie. John Clark says, Katie, please take care of yourself. Yeah, I'm trying to. Today is one of those off days where I don't even feel right. Giovanna says, Kelly, it is without chemicals, so it should be safer to use. Kelly says, I'm sure, Giovanna, I use starch for certain projects, but not all the time. Rita says, you need to have one of those waterless vaporizers. I put lavender essential oil on a pad or mint. It heats up. Oh, I never heard of a vaporless one. That's interesting. Or waterless one. I'll have to look into that. Rita says she had to turn off her computer. Typing. It types what I'm talking about and just types ha ha. Giovanna says, Kelly, I don't have any problems to use spray starch, but it has chemicals. So for those who have problems, it is a no-no. I would think anything that's vaporized is bad for people with lung disease like I have. I mean, I'm sensitive to everything, it seems like. Kelly says, I am doing smallish FPP for the gemstone blocks, and I don't want the fabric flopping around. That's a great idea. Hey, Judy Smith, welcome, welcome. Hey, Carissa, good to see you. Then Rita says, I believe that I have used fat quarters. I've gotten 12 5-inch squares from one fat quarter. Thank you for that bit of information. I will write that down so that I can give that information to everybody. 12 5-inch squares from one fat quarter. Okay, I've written it down. If you have 42 squares to start with and have no waste, don't you still end up with 42 squares? No. Because when you're doing the 4-patch ones, you end up with 2 4-patches out of one sew. So you're doubling. When you cut it in half, you cut it in half with 21. I had to set, because you have that odd number, you have to set one block aside. That one block is going to get added to the other pile because it'll work out just fine for an hourglass. So when you make your 4 patches, you end up having 20. You have 20, and you're sewing 2 to each. So 2 to each set makes 10. And then when you cut them, you get 2 sets of 4 patches per per set, which means you end up with 20 of these. Huh, you might be right. I don't know math. Yes, I do. I'm just thinking, I'm overthinking there. I will look into that. Hello, Pieces, Love, and Quilting. Hey, Mary Jo, how are you? No, that's not Mary Jo. That is Courtney. Sorry. Hey, Katie, I just came by to support, but need to lay down due to pain from falling on ice into my mom's truck with my body. Ouchie. Hope you get to feeling better. Hey, Kristen. Katie, I'm going through boxes and boxes of sewing stuff now. All right, I want to see your stash. Krista says hello to June. Sorry you fell, Courtney. That was Courtney. Okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure if it was Courtney or Mary Jo. It was one of them. I get names backwards sometimes. Okay, scrolling through, see what I need. That is why I put a one cup hook on a wall and put binder clips to hang my rules. Well, I'm not in my sewing room. That's the problem. I'm out here, and every time I lay something down, it like disappears, doesn't it, babe?
Yeah.
And then when I come back later, I'm like, oh, there it is. It's crazy. Let me see here. I have fell on ice so many times, it's just crazy. I'm always falling. But so far, knock on wood, I haven't this year. Okay, Rita says, just remember when using lighter colors on half squares, a dark color may create a shadow on the lighter color. Yeah, but I'm making scrappy quilts, so I don't care. It's not for show. And I do know that you can, yeah, and I understand what she's saying about the shadow. Because I'm pressing my seams open, there's going to be a shadow on that white. And I get that. But it's okay, I don't care. Rita says she has severe bronchial asthma, so lavender essential oil works well. Yeah, so does, have you ever used Teaves? That one helps my asthma quite a bit too. I just don't have access to it because it's so expensive. Okay, I have caught up. Now let me take a drink. Since my husband mentioned it, I still haven't done it. Okay. What I'm going to do now, babe,
Yep.
in the bedroom by the bed is one of those smaller design boards. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the little square that has the sticky stuff on it. It's sitting by the stool. Can you go grab it so I can show them what we're going to do with this 4 half square triangles? Okay. I'm going to run my seam roller over them because they're still not laying flat enough for me. All right. So after we trim down, like I said, we're going to have 4 2.5-inch half square triangles. Okay. And we are going to make an hourglass out of it. I had a sample hourglass, which will be this block right here. Okay. All right. Huh? Okay, I'm gonna have to go get it then. All right.
I know where it is.
Hey.
You have the one that you're looking for?
They were on the mouse pad, which I moved to underneath the ironing station.
Yeah. See?
They had all these tacos.
Yeah. Second floor is almost done.
No. My chest is so tight tonight, it's crazy. It's making me crazy. Because I can't breathe.
Because the weather's about to change again.
That might be what the problem is. Because it is tight. And it hurts. All right, I'm just going to use a bigger design board. It's okay. Okay. To create an hourglass, I'll show you how this sets up. So I'll set up the first one. You're going to use a solid color on the outside here. Okay. You're going to take the other light color and put it diagonal. Then you're going to put the dark color diagonal and parallel to these two. And then we're going to put it this way. And this is what the hourglass is going to look like. So what I'm going to do is I'll sew this side to this side, this one to this one, and then I'll show it to you. And then what we'll do is we'll put that center seam in, and then we'll have a finished hourglass, and I'll give you the measurement of both this and the 4-patch. I love the smell, just not the taste. The taste of what? I missed something. Giovanna says, I told you it was on the left. Talking about the rulers. Here goes Nora. Again. What's up, girlfriend? Has she drank any water?
Not that water.
Might need to get her in there drinking. That might help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin these corner to corner. First, I'll pin the side that doesn't have the seam. It's okay, baby. Nora. And then on this other side, I need, when you're looking at it, you need to make sure that these two seams, and you can fold back the corner, and you can see how they line up.
Second floor is done.
You're finished?
Second floor.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Come, all right, come show it to them while I'm pinning this.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and pin all 4 of these. Right.
Oops, sorry.
You'll have to put it right up close where they can see it.
Well, this is the second floor that is done for now. And I guess you can see I can open it here too.
Oh, that's the coolest dang thing I ever seen.
And as you can,
I have to get in front of the camera.
I know. As you can see, here's the bathroom.
That's the bathroom down here.
Yeah. One of the kids' bedroom is right on the other side here, and I think this is the master bedroom here, right here. There's somebody's going on. I don't know what this.
Yep, and I moved this, so now I gotta read.
I don't know.
You have some butter. It helps my dog when she does that. Yeah, I got some butter. I didn't know that you could do that. Sean says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying the live. Yes, please do, everybody. I would really love it if you did.
And this is, what do you call it? Here are both floors together for the moment. I still need to build a roof. Of course, both of them can open easily.
Hey, Nancy, welcome, welcome. She says, how neat. Melanie Taylor says it looks great.
I have a little trouble with that.
Giovanna says, cool. Pat says, that's great, Nico. June says, that's nice, Nico. Rita says, the bull mastiff does that than my little one who is almost 10. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. The first time I experienced it with my other mixed Dachshund dog, it scared me because I thought I had done something to my dog. But apparently, Dachshunds do this. They're all saying it's amazing, honey, and neat and great and cute and cool. Nancy says she got it on the way in on the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. Sean says that's coming together pretty quickly, honey.
Yep.
Looks good, Nikolaj. I have to post pictures. My son got the type. Oh, really?
What?
Her son's doing the Titanic, honey.
Oh, that's a huge one.
Yes, it is. We were wanting to get it, and we just couldn't swing it.
Not enough space for me.
Yep.
Too big.
We need a lot of space for one of those.
All right.
But we'll be excited to see the finished picture of it.
Bag 17 for the roof.
You should show them that big boat. He made a boat this week.
Oh yeah.
And that thing is massive, you guys. We had a chance. We wanted to get that new Maersk ship that he and I got the lucky day of getting to go see it in person and be on it. But we missed out on getting it because they sold it as fast as they had created it. And by the time we were ready to buy it, they weren't making it anymore. Look at this.
This is just a little teaser. As you can see, it's from the front, but if I go to the sideways.
This is a rescue boat, right?
No, it's a research.
A research vessel. You see how big that is? Where's my really long ruler at? It's over there on the table, isn't it? On that table in there? I'll hold this up if you go get it.
What?
That really long ruler in there on the table. Should be sitting right there on the table, babe. Super long. You see it? Giovanna says he will need all your sewing space, Katie. Well, we have an idea of
This one?
yeah. See if it's in.
Not even long enough.
Yeah, this ruler's not long enough, and this is a really long ruler. This ruler is
24?
24 and a half inches. So this thing's longer than 24 and a half inches. Lori says, sweet.
Oh,
Nico, ever try the Lego erector set type? They had erectors a long time ago.
Nope.
When they were first doing, I think it was before Technics came along.
Nope.
Okay, now back to what I was supposed to be doing.
We already talked about it because the Explorer boat came with that Orca. As you can see, it's already.
Need to show them the teeth. Every time I see the teeth, I can't believe it. And now turn it to so the camera can see the teeth.
Arr. Arr.
Ah.
Arr. Arr. Yeah. Arr.
You're so funny. Man, I'm going to take your toys away from you.
Careful.
Oh my gosh. Frida says super cute, or how cute, I mean, sorry. And Pat says that's a beautiful ship. And then Linda says, wow, I will show this replay to my son when he visits. He's seen most of what you put together.
Okay.
Cool. When I finish this hourglass, then we're going to talk about my 2025 plans for the channel starting in February. But I wanted you to see, Rita says, oh my gosh, you need to just come read this because I don't know if I can read it. Read what she said. Mr. Mischief over here. So I'm pressing the seam open here, and now I have 2 pieces. Okay. Ta-da!
Oh, you want to tell them about the good news you have?
What good news?
Residency card. You have received it.
Uh-oh.
Made a boo-boo.
I made a boo-boo. Yes, I did, because you were distracting me. It's your fault. I'm gonna blame it all on you. No, it's will you go? I think I laid it inside that drawer by the bed. I'll show it to him because it looks different this go around. Anyway, yesterday in the mail was my new residency card for Greenland, because back in October we had to request a new card because it was expiring, and so the paperwork was only 2 pages instead of, what was that, 10 pages, babe? Yeah, it was just us, or me, requesting I need a new ID card. And so the next time I have to do it is in 2034, which it seems to be around the same time I need to renew driver's license for Greenland. And I have the seam ripper out, by the way, because I sewed one of these half square triangles in the wrong direction. And I wonder why.
I don't know. I
wonder whose fault it is.
Your fault.
No, it's your fault because you distracted me.
I didn't do nothing.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
And we're playing, you guys. We don't argue and fuss and fight. All right. Rita says, I thought so, but not positive about the Ops Greenland. Oh, yeah. You created a new block. All right. Yeah, but it was the wrong block. Unfortunately, because I turned it the wrong way. Okay. Now let's see if I can't do this. This better be right this time. Okay. Rita says, no, it's the orca's fault. You went and clipped my ear, man. Oh. Like he says, there's never a dull moment when he's around. So today, who was it that asked all Greenlanders to put their flags out?
Chairman.
Yes.
Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister, right?
Yeah.
The Prime Minister, because things have been super upsetting for Greenland because of all this stupid talk. He wanted to try to lighten the spirit for Greenlanders, and so he asked everybody to show a show of unity and solidarity and put your flags out on your poles. So there's been lots of flags flying today because of that request. And ours is up there on the pole too, in the dark. I don't think I'm going to be flying my United States flag anytime soon because I think it would upset people. Before they didn't care because they didn't have anything to worry about. But now they do care. And I don't want to do anything to make anyone angry at me, because I don't agree with what's being said. This is, yeah. Michelle says the research special is a great tool, is great too. And Rita says, I tell you dogs are worse than kids. One of my shepherds came in whining. Cat was standing on her back. Oh no, that's hilarious. The cat was standing on the dog's back. Okay. All right. Now we have it in the right way. Okay. So now this is what it looks like. There's two pieces. And we are going to sew them together like that. And someone made a comment. Deb Phil says he's already been told that Greenland is not for sale. Yes, he has. But he sure isn't listening. And I have to say that a lot of a lot of my friends have been, you know, saying that they're here for all of us. And I appreciate that so much, because fortunately, so far, no one has been mean to me since all of this started. And I am so thankful for that. And I think it's because they view me as a Greenlander. In fact, someone recently called me a Greenlander because I've been here long enough to qualify as a Greenlander. Even Nikolaj says I'm a Greenlander, even though I don't have, Greenland citizenship or anything like that. But I have lots in store for you guys this year, and I hope you love what I have planned. And Giovanna says, also, Canada is not for sale. That's right. And it's the same way with the Gulf of Mexico. See, they all agree. And yeah, and we're gonna stop talking about that now, though. Okay, I'm the one that brought it up. Sorry. But yeah, let's get this done. That cough of yours is really being nasty today, huh?
I think I had a little piece of pretzel in my throat. That's why I got this cup of it.
Okay, I've aligned the center seams, and now I'm going to sew a seam down this side. Giovanna says you have to stand up for the rights of Greenland. Yes. Now she says she's done with that. Rita, true. Okay. Now I'm sewing the seam down the middle. Okay, now let's have a look at the center and make sure I have the center seam lined up. Yes, I do. Look, you guys, it's all lined up. All right, I'm just pressing, ouch, pressing the seams open, and then I'll show it to you. Trying to use an acorn pin too. Oh. Ouch. The iron's really hot. All right. almost there. So you're going to end up with a lip. Okay. Okay, so here's what the hourglass looks like. And let me measure it so you'll know what size it is. And let me get that 4-patch. What did I do with it?
No idea.
I showed it to them. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Okay.
So, can I have my orca again?
Your what?
Can I have my orca again? Since it's confiscated.
Are you going to behave yourself?
Nah.
I didn't think so. Yeah, you can come and get it, baby. It has sharp teeth.
Yep.
All right. So here's what's going to happen here. When you take your charm pack, you're going to end up with 11 hourglass. And you're going to end up with 24 patches. Okay? Wonder using different colors for your hourglass block instead of all the same color. Wonder what it, yeah, let me show you something here. You can mix the colors. You see, I had the same 2 colors here, but if you look here, you can do red and pink with a turquoise. I mean, you can mix these blocks all you want to when you're sewing them together. You can make it as scrappy as you want. This block is it is 4.5 by 4.5. So it's set the size it's supposed to be. Okay, so here's your homework assignment for those who want to do this. You need to pick out at least, I'm going to use at least 3 charm packs. So far I've used 2. So you can use as many charm packs as you want, or you can use 1 layer cake and end up with 4 charm packs by cutting all of these into, you know, half this way, which will give you 5-inch squares. Okay, it's up to you how you want to do it. Okay, all right. Now, having said that, start, and I'm going to show you on my schedule. Starting next, you have from now. I'll get the blog up and post it so you can go read the directions in case what you saw in the video wasn't enough, or if I said something confusing. I hope I didn't. But you'll have the written form of what to do with this part to start with. I'm not going to talk about the sashing on here. I'm only going to write about what to do about how to make the 4 patches, how to make the hourglasses. Okay. And then we'll go from there. So you have from now until, and I'll show you on the schedule when we're going to start the first sew together. And the first sew together, we're just going to sew 4 patches. So if you want to save doing hourglasses last, go for it. Okay. That blog is giving a Zoom link. What link? Blog. Need to go backwards, it looks like. Now I need to go in there and see what, let me see what that says. YouTube. Okay, yeah, I'll go back and fix my bot. I'm not going to worry about it right now. That's going to get me sidetracked. Sean deleted it earlier. Okay, all right. Okay, now, this is one of the projects we will be working on, and we'll start this in February, and I'll tell you which week we're going to start this in, okay? And like I said, if you want to concentrate from now till then on just getting all the, get your charm packs, either if you're using charm packs, get them split in half and just sew the 4 patches. You can do that first. You can do both if you want to, or if you're having to cut from fat quarters or something else, your layer cake or whatever, you have between now and next month to get that done. Okay, there's plenty of time. There is no big hurry here. Now, the other thing is, let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen because we're going to talk about my plans for 2025. And I hope all of y'all will stick around for that. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Sorry, I had a hiccup. I'm going to share my screen now. Tell me if you can see the screen, babe.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna, I wrote a blog about this, and I also have the schedule for it. So, most people make New Year's resolutions every year, and I don't believe in them. Every time I've ever made them, I end up setting myself up for failure, and I'm sure some people experience this. I don't have the ability to follow through on what I've set for myself, and I've spent many years trying to understand why I'm the way I am. Disclaimer here, some of what you might see in this blog might make you uncomfortable. It's not meant to make you uncomfortable, but I cannot skip around why I am the way I am. I'm a product of my environment that I grew up in, as well as married into the first go around. The things I experienced and endured were not easy. And that is why there are times when I don't push through or follow through, or what I call procrastination. It's part of who I am. And this year, I've spent this month sitting down with pen and paper, and I have absolutely made myself try to come up with a plan, because last year's was not hardly any plan. I mean, I planned this so long at the beginning of the year last year, and we did it as a team, and we completed it. I've had a good time. Y'all have helped me design a few blocks, which has been wonderful. But to be truthful, I didn't plan anything. I've winged it all the way through 2024. And, that's okay. I'm not going to say that I did wrong by doing that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I want to try to work harder at is try to have more structure this year, so that I'm not so, because sometimes because you wing it, you're stressed out. And then 30 minutes before a live, you're like, I don't want to do this, because, you didn't have a plan. But I still do it anyway. I mean, I still start the live, but there's this battle with me and my brain. It's like, no, I don't want to do this. And it's not that I don't like doing the lives. That's not the problem. The problem is I worry about failing. That's one of them. The other thing is if I fail, will I run all my viewers away? That's the second thing. And I know that's hard to explain from my point of view, but it's just the nature of, what's been done to me. And you can't undo things. But what I can do is try to continue to push forward in my life, try to stay as forward thinking and not backward thinking, if that makes sense. And, some days I might not feel so positive, but I have also noticed that the days that I didn't want to go live, and I went live anyway, and I pushed through that feeling, within 30 minutes, I forgot all about not wanting to do it. That made me realize it's something that I'm battling in here. It's nothing to do with y'all or doing the YouTube. It's just me. And I have to learn how to better handle it, I guess you could say. So, yeah, and y'all are saying, be me and do what makes me happy, period. Yeah. So, what I did is I sat down after talking to Jess, because Jess is a teacher, and I asked Jess, I said, how does a person come up with a plan without, or goal, or to set up a plan or goals without turning it into some kind of thing like you would with a New Year's resolution? And she told me, she says, what you need to do is get notebook and paper, or paper and a pencil or a pen, and brainstorm what you want to accomplish with your channel, what you want to make during the year, what you don't want to do, you know, and then fine tune it as you go down. Now, my outline is going to seem a little long, but we're talking an entire year. So some of this, yeah, chatting with others helps feel better. Yes. And I think that's part of it too. That's why I never give into it, because I feel like if I give into it repeatedly, then it's going to whip me and I'll never get past what's causing it. But if I keep pushing through and still be kind to myself, then that's okay. And Rita says she does not personally do resolutions. Too easy for failure. Yes. Keep it simple. Don't stress it, says Anne. So let me show you my 2025. And it's okay for you guys to comment if you think it looks like it's too much. But I fixed it so that I could keep it as understandable for my brain, so that I can try to stay on a somewhat of a path without messing the whole thing up. Hey, Jackie, don't worry about what others think. You do you. And then Rita says, this is actually a book called Do Not Sweat the Small Stuff. And Giovanna says, I never do resolutions either. Okay, so let me show you my schedule. Oh, it's not a schedule, it's an outline. So I can change this at any time I want to. This is not set in stone, but it might help with me trying to stay better organized. That's one way of looking at it. Okay, so this might all be confusing for everybody. So let me try to explain it. So until I change my mind, I'll be doing lives on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Thursday and Fridays will run around 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I will try to keep most of my lives, which I need to look and see what time. Oh, we're doing good. Around two to 2.5 hours. I want to try to avoid 3 hours, because I feel like I'll lose everybody by that time frame. Saturdays will be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I have divided up each week 3 lives in a way that I can keep things different. So for the first week on a Thursday, I thought I would start doing my scrappy block creating, because I really have fun doing that. And I love getting input from all of you, especially if you decide you're going to create with me. Fridays, I would do a block tutorial from the 1,000 Block book, and I'll show you this book here directly, because some of you have already seen it. And then Saturday, I have a collaboration with Jess, and that will be the first Saturday of every month. And we are going to do a modern quilt pattern called Magnolia, and I will take a picture of it and post it on my community tab. I forgot to do that. You can also buy this if you want to sew this modern quilt pattern. After you see what because me and Jess will be doing a pre-recorded video talking about the collaboration and what the plan is and what the fabric colorways we're going to use. And that way you'll have an idea of what our plans are. And then if you're interested, I have a link that you can buy the pattern on Cotton Cuts. And no, this is not planned to be bought from Cotton Cuts. The thing is I have the actual paper pattern, and it came in a subscription box that no longer is around. It was way back in 2018 or 2019, I think. It was called Creative Sew or something. I can't remember the exact name, but it came in that box. And then when I went to look up the name of the pattern, which is Magnolia, turns out that Cotton Cuts had a what they call designer of the month, and the designer of the Magnolia pattern just happened to be on Cotton Cuts. So the pattern is sitting as a PDF on Cotton Cuts. So that'll be the first Saturday of every month. The second week of the month I will do on Thursdays is a PMQ. Friday will be Sugary Dew. Saturday will be Tulip Pink. The third week, I will do the channel. That's when y'all have to have your charm packs ready to go. Starting the third week of the month, tentatively, on Thursday, we will start the channel Sew Along project. And I will have a date. I just have to look at the calendar. Friday, I'm going to do another block tutorial for the 1000 block book. Saturday, I don't know why I want to do this, but I want to do the Fat Quarter Shop's Charm Pack Chili. So I know there's a couple of y'all that were interested in that. You can join me for that if you like. I'm going to show you how to make the block. I will not do the entire sew along on a live. I will just show you how to make the blocks, and then every so often I'll like once a month I'll update you on where I am on that sew along. The fourth week of the month we'll do Thursday's PMQ. It'll either be a UFO PMQ or the current PMQ. I don't have, as you can see, I didn't set what it was going to be because I don't want to. Friday will be Sugary Dew. And then on the fourth Saturday of every month, Denise of The Right Way is going to come and sew with me. We love sewing together, and it's been a hot minute since she and I have been together. And we've been able to set down one Saturday a month where she'll come and sew with me, and she's going to work on whatever she's working on. And I'm going to continue to work on the Tulip Pink dragon fruit sew along from Fat Quarter Shop because I'm making it for my granddaughter. Every month it has 5 weeks in it where it has all 5, it might be 5 weeks where it has 5 Thursdays or 5 Fridays or 5 Saturdays. These are going to be exclusively used for my UFOs. And my UFOs are PMQs. I also have some UFOs that I need to finish that just need to be finished. And some of them you've seen and some of them you haven't. Okay, now about the collaboration lives. And I'll share the link for this blog so you can go back and look at it yourself. Every first Sunday at 8 a.m., Sean and I will be doing the Star Climber sew along, and that'll be once a month. Every other month I host it, and the opposite months he's going to host it. So like the first one is February the 2nd, I'll be hosting it. And then March, the first Sunday in March, he'll be hosting it. And that's how we'll rotate back and forth. On the third Sunday, this will be once a month, but we're going to be testing this. This one with Danny. It's called Mending Pieces, Peace of Mind. This is something that we all should talk about. It's going to be sewing. We're going to be talking about mental health. We are not going to be talking about doctors or medicine. This is going to be about how to handle mental health when we're in crisis or when we're having a bad day, what we can do. Some of us use our crafting, our hobbies to help us when we're down in the dumps, or when I call it when I'm in a funk. We're going to talk about that. I'm hoping that some of you who also suffer from different things that have to do with the mind will be happy to come in and join us. I want to make it like a community where when someone's having a bad week and they have no one to talk to, they can come talk to one of us, any of us. And someone just put something in the channel. Hold on, y'all. Rita says, I guess I have to put aside my OCD so I can say I have one UFO. Haha, I just cannot leave something undone. Yeah, well, you should see mine. Hey, Teresa, thank you so much. So anyway, the third Sunday, starting at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Danny and I are going to have exclusively talk about using our hobbies to help us through our mental health crisis or mental health bad days or whatever. As most of you know, I suffer from a couple of things, and that's going to get discussed in that. We are not going to talk about one thing I want to make as clear as possible. We are not going to sit down and talk about all the bad things that's been done to us. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to have an open forum where people can actually talk about, well, I'm depressed today and I need to talk about it. That's what we need. Or I'm having a bad day and I need to talk. Can you help me? Because we need unity, especially as hard as the world is right now. And that's what we're going to try to accomplish here. Now, we may bomb and no one come to it. And if it bombs, we tried. Okay? But give us the benefit of the doubt and come at least sit through one and see what we can come up with. I want to keep it as positive as we can. I want to keep the door open so we can talk with one another freely and not worry about someone hating on you because you said you weren't having a good day. This is not what this is. This is to help each other because it should be talked about because a lot of us suffer from this problem. And I, for one, definitely do. And I could use all the help sometimes I can get because, you know, especially when my husband, I'm going to cry. Oh my gosh. When my husband goes to sea, the first couple of weeks, it's super hard. And, you know, and I should be able to talk about that, how I feel when he's gone, you know, and I have all of y'all to lighten my day. And, you know, if we have this once a month little thing where we can talk about this stuff, maybe someone who is having a really terrible day gets something from it and feels better. That's the goal here, is to help make each other feel better, to help be that hug that we all need so much. It's a place to, you know, yes, sometimes just hanging out with chat friends and not speaking of what you're going through is very helpful. Yes, we're not going to talk about politics. We're only going to talk about us and what we're going through. That's what this whole goal is. And Giovanna says we all need a shoulder to cry on. Yes. So that's what this is going to be about. So I hope you'll come and sit through one of them. And if it goes well, then we can do this once a month. Some of you might, the other thing about this is all of us have ways to cope with our issues. And it would be nice if people shared, well, this is what I do to get through this. If we can do that, that's something accomplished to help someone in need. So that's what this is going to be about. Okay, now I'm going to move on because I don't want to cry. The third Tuesday, here it comes, you guys. I'm so excited about this. Is Sherry of Sherry. Oh, I can't think of the name of her channel, but she's come and sewed with me several times. Yes, that will. What? Yes, the third Sunday. Sorry. I don't know why I said Tuesday. I'm so sorry, Rita. It's the third Sunday. That's the only time she can get together with me. Giovanna says, talking about squashing grapes with a big toe as well. Yeah, there you go. All right, now on the third Tuesday, Sherry, you've met her. She just started her own channel. She has a long arm quilting machine, but she also has been hand quilting for 40 something years. And when we had the 12-hour live, there was a discussion about hand quilting and how it's becoming, hang on, let me get her channel. It's easier for me to go find her channel. Hold on a minute. And while I'm looking, I'll tell you what we were talking about. We were on that 12-hour New Year's Eve live, and there was discussion about how hand quilting is becoming a thing of the past. It's becoming people are not doing it. And a lot of people, I'm not doing it because I don't know how to do it. And it's, you know, and the comment was made, it's kind of sad that hand quilting is kind of falling to the side and people are not doing it so much because you have long arm machines. They have a point. I hope I spelled her name right. Sherry Yurton of My Quilting World. Now let me get the channel name or the link. She's going to on the where did that page go? Uh-oh, I lost the page. Now I don't know where I'm at. I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute so I can get back where I was at. Where did my WordPress go? There it is. Okay, so sorry, guys. Okay, here's the link in the channel for Sherry's channel. She's going to meet with me every third Tuesday, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she's going to walk us through how to hand quilt. Now, we are meeting this next week to do a pre-record, and she's going to tell you what you're going to need for those who want to learn how to do hand quilting, what supplies you're going to need. She has a pattern for you to sew. The pattern will be probably this size. It's a very simple pattern for you to sew because you're going to be quilting on that pattern. And all of that will be shared with you and given to you so that you can be ready. Now, if you want to hand quilt something that you've already made, that's okay too. But she's going to walk us through step by step the different types of stitches you can learn to do by hand sewing, and that's what she's going to teach us. So that's the collaboration I'll be doing with her. On the first Saturday, like I said, is Jess, and on the fourth Saturday is Denise. Okay, now guests who are sewing with me. Charisse of you've met Charisse before because I interviewed her on my podcast. She's going to come back and sew with me. We have been playing chicken with each other. It just means that we have not been able, about time we were going to come together, boom, something got in the way. So she will be coming to sew with me next month. I am super happy about that. And I think we're sewing on a Saturday, if I remember right. I'll let you know ahead of time over the wind. She'll be bringing her own project. She will be bringing some of her quilts for you guys to see. So it'll be like a little mini trunk show from her. And, you know, we're just going to do the usual thing when people come to join my channel. The rest of those letters you see of TBA, that's to be announced. That means I don't have anyone yet. Any of you want to join me? Let me know and I'll stick you on there. All right. Now, the other subjects I'm going to talk about. I'm in the process of prepping for what I call Reflections of 2024. And yes, I should have already done that, but y'all know me. It's not done yet. But I have a lot to talk about relating to 2024 because y'all don't realize this, or maybe you haven't noticed, but my channel, our channel, and because of you guys, it has grown beyond I didn't expect to hit 3,500 before the end of January. I didn't expect to hit 2,000 in December. Rita says, give me time and that would be great. Yeah. Anyone who wants to come sew with me, here's my email address. I answer all emails. I don't leave anyone hanging in the breeze. Or hanging on the end of a hook is what I call it. If you're interested in sewing with me, there's the email address. Just drop me an email. Okay, now, so I will be creating, I haven't decided on, should I do the Reflections of 2024 as a pre-record or do it as a live? So let me ask you guys, don't answer yet. Which do you like better? Give me a heart if you would like it to be done on a live. Give me a happy face if you prefer pre-records. Giovanna, don't give away our grape secrets. I heard you. That's what Terry says. Okay. A heart if you want it live. A happy face if a pre-record's fine with you on Reflections of 2024. Let's see what we get. No one's in. Rita says hearts. Hi, Terry, your ears are ringing. Some are saying pre-records. Okay. Hearts. Wow, this is going to be like half and half of everybody. Okay, got the idea. All right, I'll figure it out. All right, I'm going to talk about UFOs. And I am going to be an open book. And there is going to be one live where I share all of my UFOs. So you better be prepared because it's worse than you think it is. Everybody's saying whatever's, some are saying whatever's easiest on me. Some are saying pre-records. Others are saying lives. Okay, a mixture would work actually. Yeah, it would, because I might have to split it apart. Okay, all right. Thank you for answering. All right. So there's going to be a live concerning UFOs. There will be a live concerning, wait, we already talked about new projects, so we can skip that one. There is the Tula Dragon Fruit Project and the Sugary Dew and the PMQs that will be incorporated into my lives. And so, but I'm not going to do the same thing every week like with PMQs. I have so many unfinished PMQs. You have no idea, you guys. So the idea here is I paid for a full kit for the new one coming up in February. So that one will probably get done the same week of every month. But the other week that I have PMQ listed in there, I'm just going to go pick one of my unfinished PMQs, do some clues. And we're going to keep doing clues and keep doing clues until every one of these boxes have all the clues sewn and ready for piecing together. And then I'll make a decision on what gets sewn first and put together. I might just give y'all a list and let you guys vote on which one you think I should put together first. Some of them you're going to think, oh my gosh, that must have been a long time ago. Yeah, it was. Okay. The Sugary Dew, I need to get back on track. I kind of got sidetracked, which is not unusual for me, but I want to get back on track because I really want to do it. And let me see, pre-records. I don't have any pre-records set up with any creators currently. It's been hard trying to pin people down. I guess they're super busy. I don't know what the deal is, but when I get a new creator, I will do a podcast on them because I know y'all like the podcast. I'm still doing the Cotton Cuts Modern Maker and Cotton Cuts Color Challengers because I'm an ambassador, so you'll be getting those as pre-records because I think they do well that way. And here it comes. There is going to be videos on what's in my sewing area. So that means we're going to talk about notions and fabrics, what kind of rulers I have, cotton and batiks, sharps, and y'all are going to be shocked on some of the things about the sharps, pre-cuts, thread, marking tools, foundation paper piecing, and triangle paper. I'll show you all of that. And anything that's not up there will be the other. So all of these will be small videos about what's in my sewing room. The fabric one is probably going to be the hardest for me because it's going to take a while to do that. So I might just do the fabric one as a live. That way I could just walk around and say, hey, this is what this is, and show it to you. All right, now about the sewing room, because I know all y'all want to know. We're going to start on that this coming 1st of February, right, babe?
Yeah.
Starting at the beginning of February, we are going to work on clearing out the sewing room. of glass, and it's going to hurt my heart when I have to throw things away because we can't get the glass out of it. And this is super serious, of course. But it is what it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. And Nikolaj is going to be helping me do this. And anytime he sees that I'm going to have a meltdown, yep, he's going to get me out of the room. But we, one way or the other, before he goes back to work, we're going to have that room cleaned. Now, I decided, because I have in my head how I want to reset the room. I want to make it where it's our room. So I'm going to change the name from sewing room to our hobby room.
Craft room.
He's calling it craft room. Anyway, it's going to be our room. And if we can set it up the way I envision it, there'll be space in there for him to put shelves up to put some of his Legos in there too. And we're going to buy another desk, and we're going to change the cutting table just enough that we can have a desk facing each other. That way, when he is working, what has glass in it? Everything. There's glass everywhere, Giovanna. I cleaned up glass, and there's still more glass. Ask Nikolaj. Yeah. And then I had a catastrophe the other day. I went in there looking for a background in one of the drawers that I knew didn't have glass in it, and tripped over the box that I forgot I put glass in, and knocked all the glass out of the box back onto the floor again. And so guess who ran out of the room? I did, because I got upset. So that's something that we're going to work on, and I'm hoping by the time he gets ready to go back to work, I will have done that. I'll be blogging about it, the journey. We're going to this stuff with my sewing room is going to tie into the videos about mental health. And like I said, here's the part about the mental health live that we're going to do. There's a disclaimer. We're going to talk about, we're not going to do we are not medical doctors, blah, 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 that kind of thing. We'll talk about all of that during that live. Now, how hobbies are tied into mental health is going to be talked about a lot. So read all of this. I'm not going to read all this to you guys. You guys can go read it on the blog. The other thing that we're going to be doing, which we had already started, is once a month when Nikolaj's home, we're going to do a live concerning the town and Greenland. And his time home this go around is super short. So we may do 2 of them before he leaves. Hey, Andrea, no one's ever late. I am not on YouTube until now. I have been taking a mental health break today. Hey, that's what, yeah, see, there you go. Rita says, that is what I call my room, craft room, as I also do nails and pedicure in there. So it's a craft room, period. Yeah. And Giovanna says, oh, no. And Rita says, take it 1 hour at a time and breathe. Yes. My house is my crafts room. Well, right now, our whole house looks like a crafts room. It's everywhere. Right, baby? Yeah. It's everywhere. There's fabric everywhere. There's Legos everywhere. Oh, my God. It's crazy. All right. So about the Greenland stuff, once a month. But now, February, we're probably going to do 2 because Nikolaj's time off has been cut short. He's going back sooner than he's supposed to, which really sucks. So, and yeah, I said that. I'm not happy about it, but what can I do about it? Nothing. So we're going to do 2 probably in February. And there's a list here of things we're going to be talking about over time. So I haven't picked which one we're going to talk about until me and Nikolaj discuss it and decide what we're going to talk about. I do know that he brought home 2 new books for me, and I'm definitely going to use one of those lives to talk about those 2 books, which means we'll be talking about Arna, which I can't say her name. How do you say her name again, baby? Arna's name. The book you got me. The lady, the Greenlandic woman that traveled with. Yeah, Anna. Say it again. Anna Linguak. Yeah, her. He found a book about her and Rasmussen and Lindbergh. So this is a subject we're definitely going to talk about. because I have a book about it. And we'll probably talk about the other book, which is mythology, because I want to show you some of the pages in that book and talk about that. So we'll talk about that on one live. And then I'm hoping I can get out and try to get some more video of some of the stone and man while snow's on the ground. And we'll talk, I haven't decided on what part we'll talk about, but I'll be just checking them off as I go along. And after because there's a lot to talk about. There's this town, there's South Greenland, hunting and fishing, government services, the geology and ice cap, this is all that we have to talk about, you guys. There's a lot to talk about. So it's going to take a long time to go through all of it. Airport updates, stores and industry, summertime activities, and gardening in South Greenland. All of this will have to do with Greenland. So, and I've listed this. So like for this town, we're going to talk about stone and man, World War II in USA, colonization and how it changed Inuit life, missionaries, religion, pagan beliefs, Princess Mountain, what's behind Kupordak, Taser Suwak in the river. South Greenland has to do with Norsemen, the oldest colonial buildings, the 1932 fountain, famous people, the tannery, hunting and fishing, and the fish market, healthcare, education, government, and other government services. No, we're not talking politics. This just has to do with government. Geology and ice cap. That's I have a whole book about the geology of Greenland, so I'm going to just find different spots in the book to talk about and just kind of give you an idea, like like when I flew to the ice cap, the helicopter that took us to land on the ice cap, he showed us an extinct volcano. I didn't know we had one. I am thinking filming some of our buildings and artwork that we have in my city. Yeah, see, that's a good idea, Giovanna. I have pictures of a lot of the colonial buildings, but I think I want to try making a video also where I can put the video in the live stream so you can see it. We're going to be talking about the Nuuk International Airport and how it's going to change getting in and out of Greenland. We'll talk about the airport that they're building here in our town, and it's a year away from being finished. Y'all have seen some of my videos of the stores that I've gone in, but I think I'm going to do a little more in-depth videos about those, along with some of the shops I didn't show you, as well as the industry. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, I'll be working this summer, as usual, doing tour guides, and I'm going to see there's one trip that I want to make, and I'm definitely going to do a video of this, and that's going to Nanotalik. There is a forest just a little ways from Nanotalik, and we can take a water taxi to the forest, and the forest has been there since 1959. And I want to see it, and it's a chance for me to show you that for anyone who tells you there's no trees here, there's trees here. And we'll get to share that. And I'm hoping to make a few more trips to the ice cap this summer, make another trip to the ice cap, as well as see more icebergs. And I don't know, maybe we'll make it to the hot springs this year. I'm hoping we can go off with Torben, and maybe that's how we'll go to the hot springs. So that's in the plan. And then the last but not least is going to be gardening in South Greenland. So this is all things that I'm going to incorporate into my Greenland Quilter YouTube channel and my blog. I want to share with you guys, and hopefully if I can accomplish at least 70% of what's on this outline, then I have accomplished sharing something with all of y'all. So that's my plan for the 2025 year. So what do y'all think? Anyone want to comment on what you think about that? No, I'm not talking about Icelandic volcanoes. We actually have an extinct volcano right here in Greenland. 2 hours up the fjord by boat, but only 15 minutes by helicopter. And I didn't even know we had one. Giovanna just wrote what I said, 2020. Okay. Y'all have any questions you want to ask me? And honey, do you want to show how far along are you on the next part?
Roof is almost done.
Oh, okay, cool. It is 9:30 now, and we're 2 hours in, so we're doing good.
I'm about to start the back up towards it now.
Okay. Yeah, it does seem like a lot. When I wrote the list and then I looked at the list, I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? But a lot of these things can be, like some of the subjects can all end up in one video. Andrea says, I got here late, but I enjoy the Greenland stuff as much as the quilting stuff. I made the, you remember the discussion about the block I'm designing, Andrea? Well, I took up several people's comments about they wanted to do this instead. So this is what we're doing. And so I showed them how to make the hourglass, and I showed them how to divide the charm pack in half and what to do with it, and how to make the 4-patch the way I did it. Now, I don't know if they'll make it my way or if they'll make it their way. It's up to the person. But yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And then the main, they have until when did I say? Hang on a minute. I need a calendar, dang it. Babe, never mind. I'll go get it myself. You guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go get a calendar. It's okay. Okay, let me see when I said that was going to be. The third Thursday of February will be that'll be on February the 20th is when we're going to actually start sewing these 4-patch blocks together to make a 9-patch. Giovanna says, do not put it all in one video. The more videos you put up, the better it is for you. You're right, it is. Okay, so pin in your if you keep calendars, put on Thursday, the 20th is when we're going to start the actual sew along. So you have between now and February the 20th to get your charm pack split in half or cut, or however you plan on doing the sew along, if you're doing the sew along. And if you get stuck and can't remember what you saw me do, you can contact me too. Were you able to download the pictures I gave you of Nora at the rock? Yes. Thank you, Andrea. I got them downloaded. All right. So February the 20th is when we start to sew along. Hey, Melanie. Yeah, it's extensive, but this, in case y'all were wondering why I wasn't, I took time off, so I didn't do any lives. This is what I've been doing the whole time, working on that, brainstorming. I have a notepad in there. It's just loaded with stuff, and I still left stuff off of it, only because I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do it or if I thought I could get it accomplished. I might get all this accomplished, but I'm not holding my breath. And it's okay if I don't get all of it done. But if I can get at over half of it done, that's something to be proud of. Even if I got a quarter of it done, it's still, good. But I want to try. And let's see what happens. And you guys are going to watch my journey. And if I fail epically, that's okay.
One note thing is that I can feel her when she's brainstorming, because suddenly I got electricity going up my hair.
guys hear that? Oh.
The storm's coming, and there's electricity in the air. All my hair just got poof up.
Rita says, that is exactly. Be okay if you do not finish it all. Yes. But let's see if I can finish some of it. Okay. Rita says, ha ha, Nikolaj.
Never told mama with me. She knows that.
Giovanna says, what you get done is what you get done. That's right.
Nora, cut it.
She's wants, you know what?
I know.
Because it's that time of the night. Let me see here. Rita says, let me see. Here comes Orca. Ha ha ha. Orca's still over here in my care. I know, we're being funny. All right. So now you know what my plan is. Some of it's a little, scary, but it'll be all right. I'm really hoping I get to go do some summer stuff too, though. Go to the ice cap again, because I don't know how many of you know this, but you remember all that discussion I had about going to land on the ice cap and going to the ice cap, and I had all these videos and stuff. I put them on an external hard drive, and the external hard drive died. So all of that content that I had is gone. That's not even the half of what's gone. I lost a lot of stuff. I mean, I sat and I cried, asked my husband, because I am so upset by the loss of it, because I can't get it back unless we can find out if anyone can actually get the stuff off of it. I don't know if it's possible. It's a Seagate external hard drive, and there's no screws on it. We don't know what happened to it. It just stopped working. And that was our backup drive. So I had, because my laptop will only hold so many videos. Videos eat up space like crazy. And, these external hard drives are my backup. And I lost all of it. And it sickens me. Rita says it can be done. Well, if you know something I don't know, let me know, okay? Andrea says that's exactly why I use Google Cloud. I lost 2 external drives full of patterns. Gosh, it shouldn't even have happened. Because, I mean, I don't even know what caused it. One minute it was working, and then the next it wasn't. And I had moved a bunch of stuff from my laptop over to it, and now it's all gone. So if I want to go fly on a helicopter again, we're just going to have to do it, pay money and do it. But I don't know when that'll happen again, because that was a once in a lifetime kind of where I won the trip, and it's expensive to fly on the helicopter. It's 5,000 kroners. And next time I would love it if my husband went with me, so that would be 10,000. They're all talking. It can be recovered. I used to work for Apple Computer, says Rhonda Carty. Hey, welcome. I've never met you before. Welcome, welcome. There is a data recovery software. Let me look what I have. Okay, thank you, Rita. I'd appreciate that, because maybe we can get it recovered, or at least most of it. No, I'm not going to. I haven't tampered with it, because I'm afraid to mess with it. Don't try to recover it yourself. Ship it off to a company that will do it. And Giovanna says, I have 2 computers that I only use as memory. That is a great idea, Giovanna. We definitely want to add another hard drive to our gaming desktop. We do have one. And that desktop's probably going to end up in the craft room, isn't it, honey?
Probably.
Yeah. We're probably going to move that into the craft room so that I can use it for videos. Or he can use it too. Both of us use it. So what? This is the grooves. Channel. Okay. All right. I was supposed to share something with you. What was it? Oh, what was I supposed to share with you? Everybody saw Sherry's here's Sherry's YouTube channel again. Oh, Andrea if you type exclamation selfie, you can share your channel. Same thing with you, Rita. And whoever else is in here that has a channel, please share your channel. Exclamation selfie. Use the pen drives, they are better. What's pen drive?
No small ones.
The little thumb ones like you got?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never had an external die like that. It just bit the darn dust.
But the dust didn't.
Yeah, I want to send it off because there's that hard drive is a terabyte and it was about 60% full. So it has tons of pictures that has been taken for the last however many years. All those videos, my YouTube channel stuff is sitting on there. I mean, it really made me very upset. I just have one tiny video, says Rita. Hey, one's better than none, right? Yeah, that's what you can get the small one with she says you can get that as a terabyte too, honey. The pen one? I didn't know that. I thought those were like small little drives. Interesting. Let me write that down. Pen drive. Okay. All right. I am a computer junkie, but do not trust computers, says Rita. I never expected this to happen. Do you know how many external hard drives we actually own? We have about 6 or 7. And none of them have died, just that one. And that one wasn't that old. It was fairly new. She says she prefers the smaller ones of 500 gigs. They have thumb drives that are a terabyte too. See, I did not know that. And then Andrew says, I pay for 2 terabytes on the cloud. How much can I be nosy and ask how much you pay a month for that? The only reason I haven't tried to do the online is because I don't want people having access to my stuff. You were thinking about a thumb drive as a small drive. Oh. Is it expensive to have 2 terabytes on the cloud? I already pay enough subscriptions as it is. Oh, that's it? It's only $13 for 2 terabytes on the cloud, honey. That's not bad. I thought it was going to be like $50 a month or something. And that's for 2 terabytes. Okay, what else can we? Oh, I know what it was I was going to talk about. This book. On one of those lives, I'm going to be making blocks from this book. Now I know a couple of you have bought this book. Yes, who in here has this book? Rita says anything I cannot lose gets burned, saved onto a data-only drive in the cloud, and then printed out. Giovanna says it fills up quickly, though. Yes, it does, especially when you're doing picture. I'm an excessive photographer. And now I'll add videos to that. Oh, the videos just take up even more. All right. This book is going to be in play the whole year of 2025. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to avoid what's this section here called? I'm going to avoid the applique section like the plague. Why? Because I don't know how to do it. Okay. So there will be no applique in play unless I change my mind. But I'm going to randomly pick something from foundation piecing or from what they call, there's different sections in here. There's a section called mixed techniques. I'll be picking something from there. Now, if it's applique in these mixed techniques, probably not. Unless someone teaches me how to make appliques. I know how to do a reverse applique, and that's it. I also am not good at curves yet. So anyway, there's a section for mixed techniques. There's a section called piecing. And that is a really big section. So what I'm going to do is, the plan is I'll pick a block that I think is interesting. Let me find one I think is interesting. You see all this paper in the top? That's blocks I think is interesting. Let me find one that's really, really interesting. Like, I wouldn't mind learning how to do this. This was called crossed the circles, where you have circles here with lines in it. I think something like that might be fun and challenging, but I am going to keep it simple to start with, because I'm going to teach the block. I won't be able to give measurements, but I can at least make a tutorial from the blocks and show it to you. I might also incorporate blocks coming from the Quilt Builder card decks too. There might be sometimes I pick something out of these boxes and we make a block. Because there's one thing about these blocks, and in the book, us visual learners can look at something that has a bunch of half square triangles in it and say, oh, I can make that, and not look at the directions. And the directions might tell you how to do one that's going to be a 4-inch block or a 6-inch block or an 8-inch block, or, you know, so forth. You can figure out what the center block is going to be, what size you want it to be, and then the rest of it, you go from there. So there you go. The channel Pin, Cut, Sew has a great tutorial on curves. Let me write that down, because I need to learn how to do that, because one of the Sugary Doo rows, there's girls in it, and I'm scared of it. Pin, Cut, Sew. And that's a YouTube channel. YouTube. Okay, I got it written down. You can print on applique right onto fabric using a regular printer. You can use print on applique. Do you mean, can you iterate on that one, Rita? Jackie says appliques are fun to do. I want to learn it, I just don't know how to do it. Rita says, I have data that goes back to when I was in grade school, and family history took years to collect. I've been working on a genealogy tree, and man, it's a pain. Me having a DNA test sure opened a whole can of worms, let me tell you. I found out I had a half cousin I didn't know about. We both have the same grandfather, paternal grandfather. Something my dad probably didn't know anything about, or if he did, he never said anything about it. Rita says, I do not do directions. I just look at whatever it is, then make it my way. Yeah, a lot of these things that I like to do is my way. My way. Yo, and I can't sing without music. Giovanna says she has great videos on improv quilting too. Ooh. Y'all want to see that pattern that me and Jess are going to do? Because I can go find it on Cotton Cuts if you're interested, since we've been talking about all this stuff. Rita says, paint? I love geology stuff. I do too. Okay, sounds good, Giovanna. Can y'all hear Nora? She's complaining. Yeah. And I bet you can guess what she's complaining about. Let me go find that Magnolia quilt pattern so y'all can see what we're going to do. I'm going to do mine batiks. And this quilt pattern shows it's black and white. I think I'm going to do purple and something, but I'm going to use some color in it too, a tiny bit of color. Let me go find that pattern. Shh, be quiet. You just have to wait. I mean, it's easier to just Google it, I think. Okay, now I can show you what it looks like. It's very simple, you guys, but it's very modern. All right, let me share the. All right, here we go. Okay. Uh-oh. That was, oh, there we go. Can you see that, babe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move my mouse around here a bit. You see where all these little squares are at right here? I'm going to do that, these portions right here in a different color, but leave all the rest the way it is. But that's the modern quilt that me and Jess are going to do. It's very simple. And you can find this on Cotton Cut's website.
What time?
It is now 9:53, so we're getting close to having to stop.
All right, then I'll stop because the roof is done.
All right, bring it, baby. All right, Nikolaj's I'm going to spotlight you so you can show it to him.
Well, as you can see, this is the roof, chimney, and another part of the house, and the other side, and of course, oops, there it is.
Rita says, at least you only have one doing that noise. I have 5 doing that to me. They want their dinner goodies. Hey, can you make that go closer to the camera where they can see that bed and stuff? That's really cool. Oh, there's a spider web in
Yep, there. It's for the spider, you know, for the
there?
tarantula.
Oh, wow.
And this, I think, this is what you call the sleeping couch.
Like sleeper sofa?
Yeah, sleeper sofa.
Yeah. I see that now that you mentioned that.
That's the roof part. There's still a little 3 packs left, and I mean, 21, 22, and 24. I'll have to do that next go around. But let me see if I can put together in one house.
So I have a question for all you guys. Not one person has asked, but have y'all noticed something different about my hair? I don't think anybody's noticed.
This is the house all together. As you can see in my.
Rita says Nico needs one of those robo spiders, haha. Yes, she has one. Jackie says, nice job, Nikolaj. And I can unpin myself. Are you bringing the whole thing in here?
The missing part is here where there's the other for the other bags that I have.
Oh, you're missing one?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Well, not the missing, but that's more like a. This is the front part.
Wow, that's pretty.
And back part is where. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
As you can see, there's an opening here. That means that I need I need a building for it.
Oh, you're missing that part?
Yeah, I need to build it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oops, I need to make a hole here.
No, it's yeah, we cut my hair. He cut this much off my hair. He did. No, I didn't color it. It just looks lighter because of all these lights.
And
I also think I think my hair is changing. I'm gonna cry. No, I have not colored my hair. My hair hasn't had any color put on it in probably as long as it's been cut, or last time it was cut. So all that dark hair back here is my natural hair color.
this is all for the moment. That how it looks like.
This here, this is This is me turning old.
I have a orca here that can cut them off.
You are not biting me on the ear again. But yeah, this is natural. It's just we took a lot off the back. But I don't know, the front of my hair has been lightening for the last few weeks now. That's why I was talking about I want to turn it purple. Rita says, you going to put lights in it, Nico?
If I can find the lights, yeah.
He says yes. And Andrea says, that is awesome.
I can find the lights, yeah, but it will be expensive though.
Hey, Frank, what's going on? Did you get any snow your way? I know my daughter got some snow. Florida got quite a bit of snow, actually. Hey, Katie, Nico, and all the chat. Nico, that's cool. Kind of lurking while doing supper. Dogs made me hungry. Yep, type that selfie, exclamation selfie. And Andrew says, wow, that's really awesome. They all are loving it. No, I didn't color my hair, though. Seriously, I didn't. It just, it's weird. It just suddenly, all of this is like, you know, you can still see all this is dark. It's weird the way my hair is doing. That's why I said I want to color all of this light stuff purple. But yeah, it's changing. Yeah, my hair's braided. But we cut about 6 or 7 inches off of it, baby. Yeah, around 6 or 7 inches off the back of it. It was down to my butt crack. So today, after I washed my hair, he cut it off for me. Frank says, not here, just cold and windy. Then Rita says, you find them in outdoor sections of stores, the ones that you can put in a jar at night, very tiny. I'll have to keep that in mind. I actually might have some. Come to think of it, that were supposed to be for the sewing machine. All right, you want to come say your piece? Because it's time to stop. You don't want to say goodbye? Okay. All right. So it is now 2.5 hours since we've been live. I hope that everybody enjoyed my little tutorial. And yeah, I will probably talk about this again tomorrow night on our live, so that anybody who missed what went on tonight, will see it tomorrow night. Yeah, I hardly ever colored my hair to begin with, Giovanna, and all of the light hair that I had down here at the bottom that he cut off, because there was light hair down here at the bottom. That was when I tried to bleach my hair. And now I got bleached hair that I didn't even do. So go figure.
I've done that once. Remember?
Yep. You looked like you were from Russia when you done that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you everyone for coming. It was nice seeing you, Teresa, here as well. Thank you so much, all. Make sure to have I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night, Saturday. Looking forward to sewing with you guys and talking again. Make sure to live, laugh, love, and dream. And what do you do with all that? You make something or create something. So have a good night. See you on the next live. Good night.
Bye.
Oh yeah, and the channel should carry you over to Donna's, by the way, because I did set it to do that. Anyway, 99. See you over on Donna's. Shh. Be quiet. Not. Uh-oh, where's the thing to turn this off at? Oh, there it is.
I have a little Lego piece for your machine, honey.
Do you?
Yeah.
What you got? Oh.